Hello, everyone, and welcome to Living in Faith. I am your host, Giovanna Tardarone.
And I am Pablo Sanchez. A pleasure to be here, Gigi.
Hello, hello. I'm so excited for today's show because we're talking about the simple pleasures, finding joy in everyday moments. And, as we spoke before, I always say that finding joy doesn't take any money to find joy, right? We don't have to spend to find joy because the joy that we can find is in sharing our happiness and our kindness with other people, and we can get joy that way in our life. So I want to really talk about, people always say, oh, if I get a new car, I'll be happy, or if I get a new house, I'll be happy, a new job, I'll be happy. But that kind of happiness is temporary. Let's talk about the real joy that comes within that we can feel every day to make really our life here on earth a lot joyful.
Well, Gigi, for myself, eh, I am actually enjoying who I am becoming right now.
Me too.
And, and really, Gigi, and I really owe it all to God because my vision for myself is in line with His vision for me.
Kudos to that.
And that has made my life so much easier. I get up in the morning ready to preach,
I know you are.
ready to preach, and then I want to redo my sermon already again and again, and even at the last minute, just before I'm getting to start, I have practically stopped everything, and I have just gone from my heart, and I just let my heart do the talking. So uh, the my true joy is really in who I am becoming right now, and that's why I encourage everyone to really consider who it is that you want to be, what it is that you want to do, to start living on purpose. And you will find is that when you start living on purpose, and when you live on purpose, then you're going to start enjoying what you're doing because, God willing, your what you want is really what's going to make you happy. Because it's
Sure.
not happiness is not just about money or anything like that. Happiness is about having the freedom to express yourself, having freedom to really enjoy every single second of your life, and that's what I'm doing right now. That's what I'm doing.
Nice.
So it's really part of the voyage. But then everything starts off in the morning. I'm the one that decides how it is that I'm going to feel, right?
Absolutely. But also what we put out there, we get back, right? So sometimes when we're not feeling our best, what kind of energy, how are we waking up? Are we waking up with bad thoughts and then we carry on the day that way? Or we're, waking up with being grateful that we opened our eyes and we're breathing.
Oh, completely. I had a client that came in here, and the client had this real bad aura because uh, having problems with his marriage, having problems with everything, hasn't made a sale the whole 3 months, doesn't have anything in the bank, and then he just wants me to have pity on him. So I decided not to have a pity for him, to join him in. But I said, Mike, if you are feeling this way and you coming to me trying to sell me something, there's no way I'm going to give it to you because you're not going to sell it for me. So you need to change your perspective, change everything, the way that you're feeling, and then you will start selling. Act as if though you already have this. You have to change the whole thing. So you really have to think about what it is that you're putting out because it really is that the law of attraction. Now,
Yeah.
when you're happy, right? When you're happy and you're
Okay.
just happy going everywhere, everybody wants to talk to you. Everybody wants to be close to you because
Yeah.
that aura that you're putting out there, right? Now, if you're feeling grumpy and things like that, it's like no, don't go. I'm not gonna get close to that person because it's gonna end up yelling at me or something like that. So we don't know what's going on. So yes, completely. Everything.
So it's what's your attitude, right? It's based on your attitude.
It is all about your attitude. What is that you're putting out there? Your attitude is the one that invites people to you to talk to you as a friend. But then at the same time, if you want to do a business deal, you're going to invite the entrepreneur to come in and do the deal with you. The
Yeah.
person is going to be very happy to do the deal with you. You and I have done it. I have done it. Whereas the person, I just like the person. The person, I'm just drawn to the person. I go over there and I make a deal. I just do it that way. Also, sometimes I go to a restaurant, and at the restaurant, I see the person is not feeling all good. Something is happening. So what do? And I have done it, Gigi. I have done it. I have done it plenty of times.
I believe
I
that.
go to a restaurant and I see two elderly ladies sitting there, and I pay for the meal. I pay for the whole thing. I see the young waitress comes in, seeing problems. I give her a $50 tip just like that, and I make their day. You make their day.
Then
You
somebody
change
makes your day, right?
completely what you give out. But what happens to me is I'm doing it from the bottom of my heart, right?
Right.
Then I come to the office, and next thing you know, I get like really 10,000 more than what I just gave.
I
It's,
believe that.
it's
I
just
believe.
it's like you're paying it forward. It's completely amazing when you have that the heart of giving. When you give from the heart, you will get it right back.
And
And
I think, and I love that because I think that is the secret is how do you find simple pleasure or joy in little things is by first giving it. First giving it because you can't expect to receive if you're just a taker. You got to be a giver first.
yes, and in today's session that we had, I was brave enough to raise my hand because something that resounded with me with the sermon that I did yesterday with respect to Esther, right? Esther was uh, Esther. She was an orphan,
Hmm.
and and then she went to Persia, and then she became the queen of Persia. But how does an orphan, a Jewish orphan, become a queen of Persia?
It makes you wonder, right? Like, who does
Makes
she
makes you
know?
wonder. So it is your calling that puts you in that place. And
Hmm.
then when her uncle tells her that there's a plot against the Jewish people to harm them, she has the nerve to talk to the king and say, "Hey, please have some remorse." And then that was an offense. Just daring to talk to the king, you could be beheaded. You were killed.
Yeah.
And yet Esther had the nerve to do that. So you place that in a specific place for a purpose, and this is how you do it, right? So today I had the nerve to raise my hand and say, "Hey, you can either be an Esther and raise your hand and say, 'It is me. I will do this because God's telling me to do this.'"
Hmm.
Or what happens is either way is going to get done. God will get his will. It will be his will that will be done. But the thing is that you can either be part of it or can be left completely out of it. What
Hmm.
happens is when you become part of it, God will reward you.
Always.
You don't do it. You don't do it for the rewards. You just do it because it is from within you to do this.
And
But
it feels good though. When you're giving, you get the joy from giving, not from taking. If
complete.
you're working from your heart, you're absolutely bringing more joy to yourself by watching others open up their gifts, right?
Oh yes.
Christmas time, I love to watch my kids open up their gifts. Why? Because it brings me joy to watch them. I wait for my gifts last, and I promise you, sometimes I don't even open up my gifts, and I forget all about it. My daughter's like, "Mom, your gifts aren't even open yet," because it just brings me more joy to watch other people um, open up their gifts. And what we do is really, in essence, what we do for others is really the essence of really what comes back to us. That's why giving is so important.
Gigi, the way you were expressing yourself right now, if I may say so, that's the way God is. He wants to give you your heart's desire, and that's exactly what you were doing. I saw God in you. I saw God being so happy to just give it all to you. That's what you just expressed. Completely amazing, and that's the type of gratitude that we have to have with everything that we do. It's all
Absolutely.
about gratitude. It's about gratitude, no matter where you're at, no matter where you're at. I'm glad to be here right now. Thank you, God. You can always find something to be grateful for
And
because
you know what? If you take a look, finding joy in everyday moments, if you can first find gratitude in everything that you do, the joy is comes along with it. Because when you're grateful, you become happy and joyful, right? It's
yes,
either, what do we say? We say it's either we find what's wrong with life, or what are we blessed with? What are we looking at? Because what we look at really defines the pleasures in our life.
completely. No, no, Gigi. So we're talking about the joys in life on every single day. So I think right here, what we're saying is we have to have a sense of gratitude
Hmm.
with everything that we do.
And let's give them a tip, some tips on really getting up in the morning. I know for myself, we do right gratitude. We have a discipline camp that we really, focus on giving gratitude first to get our day going and setting the intention for really having a nice day, and go out there and serve. And then your day is really bringing you joy because you already set the intention and you're doing things from a heart-centered way. No matter what it is, you'll go out there and, I mean, I know I've done it. Say good morning to strangers. Just having, or if I'm driving in my car and somebody wants to go ahead, I'm like, go, you can go ahead. It's okay. You know, I used to be, one of those crazy people driving 90 miles an hour on the highway with everybody else. Now I'm like, see you later. I'm enjoying the ride.
Oh my God! No, 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 no. Uh, it reminds me how one time I walked into an elevator, and there was this young lady in the elevator, and she just it felt like her boss just yelled at her or something. And I just walked in. I said, "Good morning, you looking thing, good looking thing, you." And she just forgot that that her boss just upset her. And I came to know on another occasion when we saw each other on the elevator. That's what she said. You don't know what you did to me that day. I was having the worst day of my life. Just your face just telling me hey, good morning. It was the only thing I needed. Thank you so much.
I will share with you
The thing is that we
recently.
don't know. We just don't know how we change people's lives. I used to have a gentleman. What he used to do is he used to walk around with a pocket full of candies.
Oh
And
my God.
whenever he meets someone, no, here's your candy, here's your candy. But then he used to come to the office and then he used to give the candy to everyone. And then we began to know him as the Candy Man. The
I'm
Candy
sure he made lots of friends.
Oh, completely. And it's all his attitude. I want to make someone happy today. I
Hmm.
want to make someone happy today. That's really it.
You spoke about the elevator incident, and I recently came from visiting the World Trade Center. No, not the World Trade, the Empire State Building.
Hmm.
And a dear friend of mine, Sinette, who came here from South Africa, she's got this nice hat with flowers. She's a very smiley and happy person. We get in the elevator with like younger kids, right? And so they're looking at her, and she's like, "Hello, everyone," and she's saying hello very nicely and they're looking at her like, this lady must be crazy. And I looked at them, I go, she's from South Africa and she loves Americans. And they all started laughing and had a good time just hearing her voice. But, you know, something like that cheers people up. And it brought us joy just watching it. Like we were laughing and I don't know about you, but I know I feel like laughter is like the medicine for the body, right? It just makes us feel good. And this is how we heal. We heal by really having a sense of gratitude and bringing joy to other people. That's how we heal. That's why it's so important to give.
Yes, no. What I if you like, I'll continue in Spanish.
Yeah, let's switch over to Spanish because your friends are ready to listen to what we had to say.
Right. Estamos hablando cómo nosotros deberíamos eh, las cosas pequeñas que nosotros podemos hacer para tener un día lleno de fe y gratitud. Eso es lo que estamos buscando acá. Yo iba a empezar a decir algo diferente. Yo voy a empezar aquí a decir que nosotros debemos tener un propósito y la mejor manera de ver un propósito es como la película suya. Usted está creando su propia película. ¿Y qué es lo que cómo es que usted quiere que esa película termine? ¿Cuál es el final de su película? ¿Cómo quiere que la gente le recuerde a usted? Entonces, cuando uno se pone a pensar en qué es lo que yo quiero hacer, y ahora el truquito es, si le puede dar hasta una precisión, decir exactamente, digamos, el color de la ropa que quiere poner, todo lo que usted quiera, eso se va a hacer una realidad. Entonces, si usted tiene todos esos detallitos, cuando usted se levante en la mañana, usted está viviendo con un propósito. ¿Okay? Entonces, cuando uno se pone a vivir en propósito, uno, a propósito, como yo lo hago, yo me puedo estar en un restaurante, veo a dos viejitas que están ahí comiendo. Yo cojo y yo pago la cuenta de ellas. Eso es viviendo a propósito. Y yo busco la oportunidad para hacer eso. Otra manera que hago es la señorita que me está atendiendo, la mesera, le cojo y le doy una propina de $50 para ver qué linda se pone en la cara, así. Eso es una manera de vivir a propósito, que lo mío estoy diciendo, poniendo una sonrisita a las personas ahí. Nosotros, es como la ley de la atracción. Lo que usted pone es lo que le van a dar a usted. Entonces usted decide si va a estar feliz en la mañana o cómo le va a ir su día. Y también hay gente que se va a cruzar en su camino y no van a tener la misma mentalidad que usted, no van a estar felices. Entonces, hablé también de una persona que estaba aquí en mi oficina y esa persona estaba mal con sus relaciones, no tenía dinero en el banco, no había vendido nada y él estaba, pero prácticamente se había derrotado. Entonces yo le dije, Mike, si tú vas a vender algo, tú tienes que cambiar tu presencia, cómo te estás presentando, porque como estás, nadie te va a comprar nada. Ahora, hablemos de una persona que está buscando el amor. Esa persona, si está buscando un novio o una novia, y no está bien peinada, está así, no tiene lápiz de labio, no está bien cuidadita, no va a conseguir a nadie. Pero si usted se prepara, se pone su lápiz de labio, está todo el pelo cortadito y todo, usted va a atraer a gente. Si quiere van a tener unas 10 propuestas ahí, ¿cierto? Todo es que usted tiene que prepararse para eso. Entonces, esa es una decisión que usted toma en la mañana. Esta mañana me siento muy feliz y me pongo mi lápiz de labio rojo. Y usted puede estarse sintiendo mal, se monta en el tren y en el tren la gente dice, ay, qué linda te ves. Otra manera, ¿no? Pero aquí también, Gigi, we're talking about Esther, right? We spoke about
Yes.
Esther, ¿sí? En la Biblia, una niña judía que era huerfanita, ella se encontró en Persia y llegó a ser la reina de Persia. Y después el tío de ella llegó a saber de que, bueno, el rey tenía planes para hacer daño a los judíos. Entonces, esta niña no sabía por qué ella de huerfanita llegó a ser reina. Y lo que pasa es que Dios le puso a ella ahí con ese propósito, porque ella estaba supuesta a hablar con el rey para que no le pase nada a los judíos. Y eso fue así. Cuando le habló con el rey, esa era una ofensa que le podían cortar la cabeza y le mataban, solamente por tratar de hablar con el rey. Entonces, ella fue audaz y le pidió al rey que no les haga daño a los judíos. Por esa razón, está en el libro de Esther y ella es una heroína para los judíos. Es una heroína en la Biblia. Pero lo que dice Dios es lo siguiente: sea con su ayuda o con la de Esther, esto iba a suceder. Porque Dios no iba a dejar que le pase nada a la gente. Entonces, uno siempre tiene que estar alineado con Dios, porque no sabe cuándo Dios le va a llamar a usted para que haga algo que es a propósito de Dios. No es solamente lo de nosotros. Nosotros estamos supuestos a hacer algo para alguien. Imagínense, a esa mesera yo le di $50. Yo le di de mi corazón, pero imagínense cuánto ella lo necesitaba. Imagínense cuánto lo necesitaba. Eso es lo que necesitaba para cualquier cosita que era. Y nosotros, como estaba hablando con Gigi, nosotros lo que hacemos es el espíritu de dar sin esperar que nos den. Esa es gratitud. Dar sin esperar que nos den, porque uno recibe lo que uno cosecha. Entonces, por mi parte, yo hago muchas cosas buenas, y lo que yo hago cuando doy, después entro a la oficina y de veras me pagan a mí 10,000 veces lo que yo he regalado. Me ha pasado a mí eso muchas veces. Yo siempre le hago sin ningún interés. Se hace sin ningún interés, y eso es exactamente lo que pasa. Es la ley de atracción. Lo que usted da es lo que usted va a recibir. Entonces aquí nosotros tenemos que vivir una vida con gratitud. Gratitud a Dios por todo. En la mañana nos levantamos, gracias Dios mío por este lindo día. Gracias Dios Padre porque me siento bendecido. Y ahí es donde empieza todo. En la noche, gracias Dios Padre por este lindo día que tuve. Y se pone a recorrer su día, a ver cómo le fue, cómo Dios tenía la mano, cómo le ayudó hoy día. Hasta en las cosas pequeñitas es para agradecer hasta por las cosas pequeñitas. Porque cuando usted agradece por las cosas pequeñas, está diciendo a Papito Dios, estoy listo para las grandezas que me tienes a mí. Y Papito Dios está viendo si usted está agradecido por las chiquitas. Usted agradece por las cosas chiquitas, las cosas grandes le va a llegar. Isn't that right, Gigi?
Absolutely.
If
Gratitude is the
If
key.
you're grateful for the small things in life, that's preparing you. You're telling God, I am ready now for the bigger things that you have planned for me.
That's why I pick up the pennies off the floor and I'm like, yes.
Exactly. You have to. Si uno ve un centavo, un quarter en el piso, uno tiene que cogerlo del piso. Porque no, eso es mala suerte, lo que sea, pero es una forma de gratitud. No es que, no, es muy chiquito, no lo va a recoger. No, no. Uno recoge todo lo que uno encuentra, de veras, es la mejor manera de vivir con gratitud. Eso es lo que tenemos que hacer. Y la otra cosa es, como empecé esto, es que si usted tiene su plan alineado con Dios, yo digo, yo estoy viviendo, cuando uno está viviendo a propósito, uno está haciendo su propia película y cada día es una nueva escena, es su propio teatro. Pero el director de la película es Papito Dios. Cada día usted toma control de su día, usted decide cómo lo va a hacer. ¿Ok? Pues
Beautiful.
nosotros vamos a hacerle con agradecimiento todos los días. Right, Gigi?
Beautiful, beautiful, Pablo. So we're going to take this to a landing. And, I just want to say final words is the simple things in life don't cost money at all. To bring pleasure and joy, give somebody a smile, give somebody a hug, be kind, and have gratitude. And you will definitely find joy in your life every moment and every day.
Sí, por mi parte, consideren que ustedes están haciendo su película y piensen cómo quiere que sea el gran final suyo. ¿Okay? Que sea con gratitud. Que Dios nos bendiga.
Well, thank you, everyone. I'm your host, Giovanna Tardavone.
And ahí en Pablito.
Well, have a good evening. Until next time, we'll see you then. Bye bye, everyone.
Thank you very much.